those little symptoms you've been told are just a normal part of getting older? Well, today we're going to decode those signals. We're going to reframe them, not as something you just have to put up with, but as your body's way of asking for a specific change.
Do any of these sound a little too familiar? That dizzy spell when you get up too fast? Waking up like clockwork, literally, in the middle of the night. We've all been told, oh, that's just part of aging. But what if that's not the real story?
You know, specialists like Dr. Noah Grant, they have a completely different take on this. They say these aren't just minor annoyances you have to live with. That 3 a.m. wake-up call or that feeling of dizziness, that isn't your body just winding down. It's a signal, a loud one, that something underneath needs your attention.
And here's the really empowering part. Once you learn how to actually interpret these signals, the solutions are often surprisingly simple. So let's dive in and uncover what these signals really mean and, more importantly, what you can do about them.
Okay, our first big hidden signal has to do with blood pressure. Now, for decades, we've all been chasing this magic number, right? But it turns out there's a really dangerous paradox for older adults that we need to talk about. So here's the massive disconnect. On one hand, the official guideline says 120/80 is the gold standard. We've had it drilled into our heads. But on the other hand, when you look at studies of adults over 75, chasing that perfect number can actually be harmful. We're talking an increased risk of falls, fractures, even more serious health events.
And listen, this isn't just some theory. Let me tell you about Margaret. Her doctor was absolutely thrilled with her blood pressure, 122/78. Perfect, right? But not long after, she started getting dizzy. And that one dizzy spell led to a fall, a broken hip, and a whole cascade of complications. That perfect number was actually the start of her decline. So, why? Why does this happen? Well, it comes down to a few key things. First, as we age, our arteries just naturally get a bit stiffer. Second, the body's built-in pressure sensors, they don't react as quickly as they used to. And what that means is that a slightly higher baseline pressure is often needed just to keep a steady, stable flow of blood going to the brain and prevent those dizzy spells. So this brings us to a whole new way of thinking. Researchers looked at thousands of seniors and found that the systolic sweet spot, that's the top number in your reading, is actually somewhere between 130 and 140 for many folks over 75. It's a range that seems to offer protection without the dangerous side effects of overtreatment.
So how can you check for this yourself? It's actually a really simple test you can do at home. First, lie down for 5 minutes and take your blood pressure. Then, just stand up normally and take it again within 1 minute. If that top number drops by 20 points or more, that is a major red flag for something called orthostatic hypotension. And that's exactly the kind of data you want to bring to your doctor.
Okay, let's move on to our next hidden signal. And this one drives so many people crazy. Waking up in the middle of the night. You know the feeling. If you're wide awake at 3 a.m. night after night, it's probably not just random insomnia. There's a very specific trigger at play here.
And the culprit, more often than not, is something called nocturnal hypoglycemia. The name sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. Hours after your last meal, your blood sugar drops too low. Your body sees this as a mini emergency and floods your system with stress hormones like cortisol to bring it back up. The side effect of that hormone surge? It jolts you wide awake. So you see this clear chain reaction, right? Your blood sugar crashes and that triggers a stress hormone surge. But the fix? The fix can be incredibly simple. Just stabilize your blood sugar with a small snack that's rich in protein and fat right before bed.
And check this out. For 3 solid years, Dorothy woke up at 2:45 every single morning. The solution wasn't a powerful sleeping pill. It was 1 tablespoon of almond butter before she went to sleep. That little bit of slow-burning fuel was enough to stop the blood sugar crash, and it completely solved her problem in just 1 week. Amazing, right?
You know, this whole idea of a simple snack fixing a huge problem points to something much bigger. Using food as your body's personal support system. Because as we get older, our ability to absorb nutrients changes, which makes the source of those nutrients absolutely crucial.
Let's just take zinc, for example. You might pop a synthetic zinc pill, but your body might only be able to absorb maybe a third of it. Now compare that to getting your zinc from cashews. You can absorb up to 78%. And why is that? It's because nature packages it with all these other compounds that act like a perfect delivery system your body already knows how to use.
And it's not just zinc. Nature's got this whole toolkit for us. You've got walnuts, which are incredible for artery flexibility. Pumpkin seeds are fantastic for prostate health, and they can even help reduce those nighttime trips to the bathroom. Turmeric is a powerhouse anti-inflammatory, and garlic is great for boosting your overall blood flow.
But there is one habit, one simple thing that underpins all of this and makes it all work so much better. And that is consistent hydration. I'm not talking about chugging a bunch of water at once, but just sipping water steadily throughout the day. It helps your kidneys flush out toxins and deliver all those good nutrients where they need to go.
Okay, we've covered a lot, so now let's pull all of this great information together into a simple, straightforward action plan that you can literally start using today to listen to your body and really reclaim your health.
But first, and this is absolutely crucial, a quick point on safety. This information is meant to help you have a more informed conversation with your doctor. Please never ever stop or change a prescription medication on your own. The goal here is to partner with your doctor, using your own data to find the plan that's best for you. All right, here are the 4 steps. Number 1, try that standing blood pressure test at home. Number 2, if you're one of those nighttime wakers, try a small protein and fat snack before bed. Number 3, start adding powerful foods like walnuts, pumpkin seeds, and turmeric into your diet. And number 4, the most important step, take all of your findings and your new goals and discuss them with your doctor to create a truly personalized plan.
So, I'll just leave you with this one thought to ponder. What if the biggest breakthrough in your health journey doesn't come from a new pill in a bottle, but from finally learning the language your own body has been speaking to you all along?